The world of espionage has lost one of its most distinguished and secretive leaders. Sir Alex Younger, the former chief of the British Secret Intelligence Service, better known as MI6, has passed away at the age of 62. His death came quietly, without the fanfare that usually accompanies the passing of public figures, and without the kind of detailed public explanation that most people expect when someone of his stature is taken from us. There is no long press conference, no official statement laying out every detail of his final days, and no dramatic farewell from the intelligence community. Just the quiet, devastating realization that the man who once led one of the most powerful and secretive intelligence agencies in the world is no longer with us. Sir Alex Younger was born in 1963 in Scotland, and from the very beginning, he was drawn to a life of service, to a career that would take him far beyond the boundaries of his hometown and into the world of international intelligence. He joined MI6 in the early 1990s, and he spent over 3 decades climbing the ranks, working on some of the most sensitive and classified operations in British intelligence history. He was not a man who sought the spotlight. He was not a man who wanted to be famous. He was a man who believed in the mission, in the work, and in the idea that sometimes the most important things that happen in the world are the ones that never make the headlines. That was who he was, and that was why he was chosen to lead MI6 at one of the most critical moments in the agency's history. He became the head of MI6 in 2014, serving as the chief of the Secret Intelligence Service until 2020, and during those 6 years, he oversaw some of the most challenging and complex operations in British intelligence. He led the agency through a period of intense global instability, through the aftermath of the Syrian civil war, through the rise of ISIS, through the complexities of Russian interference in Western politics, and through the early days of the COVID-19 pandemic, which had a profound impact on intelligence operations around the world. He was the man responsible for coordinating espionage efforts, for managing covert operations, and for ensuring that the United Kingdom had the intelligence it needed to protect its national security. He was not just a bureaucrat. He was a leader, a strategist, and a man who understood the weight of the responsibility he carried. What made Sir Alex Younger so special was not just his position, but the way he carried himself. He was known for his calm demeanor, his strategic thinking, and his unwavering commitment to the mission. He was not a man who sought personal glory. He was not a man who wanted to be seen as a hero. He was a man who believed that the work was more important than the person, that the mission was more important than the individual, and that the security of the nation was more important than anything else. That kind of dedication is rare, and it is the kind of dedication that defines a true public servant. It is the kind of dedication that earns respect, not just from colleagues, but from the people who know what he did, even if they never knew his name. The exact cause of Sir Alex Younger's death has not been publicly disclosed, and for now, that detail remains respectfully private, shielded by his family and the people closest to him. What is clear, however, is the impact of his passing. The British intelligence community has been flooded with tributes from former colleagues, from government officials, and from people who worked alongside him in the shadows. Some have spoken about his leadership, his strategic mind, and his ability to keep calm under pressure. Others have spoken about his integrity, his loyalty, and his unwavering commitment to the mission. Still others have simply written that he was a man who did his duty, and that he did it with the kind of dedication that is rarely seen in public life. Those stories are not just about intelligence. They're about the way Sir Alex Younger made people feel, the way he made them believe in the mission, and the way he made them feel less alone in the face of uncertainty. For fans of espionage, for people who have watched documentaries about MI6, and for anyone who has ever been curious about the world of spies and secrets, Sir Alex Younger's legacy will live on in the operations he led, in the decisions he made, and in the quiet moments when they think about the men and women who work in the shadows to protect their countries. He was not just a chief. He was a symbol of what it means to serve, to lead, and to carry the weight of responsibility without ever seeking the spotlight. He made intelligence work feel real, made national security feel important, and made the idea of duty feel possible. That's the kind of legacy that can't be taken away by death, no matter how painful it may be. His story will continue to echo through the decades, through the intelligence community, through the government, and through the hearts of everyone who ever believed in the work he did. Sir Alex Younger was married to Victoria Younger, and together they had a family that he cherished deeply. He was a husband, a father, and a man who found joy in the quiet moments, in the conversations that mattered, and in the connections that lasted. His family has released a statement honoring his life, his work, and the kind of man he was. They spoke of his love for his family, his dedication to his mission, and the way he made them feel like they were the most important people in the world. Those words are not just about grief. They're about love, about memory, and about the kind of bond that can never be broken, even by death. If you've ever been moved by the stories of spies and intelligence officers, if you've ever admired the way Sir Alex Younger carried himself with quiet strength, or if you've ever been touched by the way he served his country without seeking recognition, take a moment to honor his memory. Please like this video, and if you enjoy stories about the lives, legacies, and losses of the people who work in the shadows to protect us all, consider subscribing to this channel. Together, we can keep remembering the men and women who gave everything to the service we love, one story at a time.